It was supposed to be her first real date in years. Clara adjusted the hem of her blue dress, her hands trembling slightly as she waited by the cafe window. Outside, rain drizzled softly against the glass, blurring the view of couples walking hand in hand. She hadn't been on a date since the accident 3 years ago, the one that took her ability to walk and, for a long time, her will to live. Tonight, though, she dared to hope again. She had met Mark online. He'd said he didn't care that she used a wheelchair, that he liked her smile, her kindness, her fire. But as the minutes ticked past, hope started to feel like a cruel joke. The waiter came over again, gentle and apologetic. "Still waiting, miss." Clara forced a smile. "Yes, just a few more minutes." She checked her phone for the 10th time. Still no message. Still no call. Her reflection in the cafe window looked back at her, beautiful but tired, strong but alone. When the clock hit 8, she knew. He wasn't coming. Tears pricked her eyes, but she blinked them back. She'd promised herself she wouldn't cry in public again. She picked up her purse, struggling to turn her wheelchair around. That's when a little voice interrupted her. "Are you okay, lady?" Clara turned. A little girl stood beside her table, about 6 years old, holding a small pink umbrella even though they were indoors. Her curly hair framed a face full of concern. "I'm fine, sweetheart," Clara said softly. "Just heading home." The girl frowned. "You look sad. My daddy says no one should eat alone when they're sad." Before Clara could reply, a tall man approached. He looked about mid-30s, in a dark coat, carrying 2 cups of coffee. His face was kind, but his eyes, deep brown and tired, spoke of someone who'd seen too much. "Lily," he said gently, "you can't just walk up to people like that." The little girl turned to him. "But she's sad, Daddy. And her food's cold." He looked at Clara and then at the untouched plate on her table. Something softened in his gaze. "She's right," he said finally. "May we sit?" Clara hesitated, surprised. "You don't have to." He smiled. "It would make her happy. And honestly, I could use some company too." They sat. Lily chattered endlessly. About her lost tooth, her cat, her favorite bedtime story. Her father listened with patient amusement, occasionally stealing glances at Clara. Eventually, he asked, "So, rough night?" Clara laughed bitterly. "You could say that. My date didn't show up." His jaw tightened slightly. "I'm sorry. Some people don't deserve a chance they're given." She shrugged. "It happens." There was silence for a moment, and then Lily piped up, "You can date my daddy instead." Both adults laughed, though a flush crept up the man's neck. "I'm Ethan," he said, extending his hand. "This little matchmaker is Lily." "Clara," she replied, shaking his hand gently. They talked until the rain stopped. Ethan shared that he was the CEO of a tech company, widowed 2 years ago. "Work keeps me busy, but Lily keeps me human," he said, smiling at his daughter. Clara told him about her work as an illustrator, how she'd turned her love of drawing into freelance art after the accident. "It keeps my hands busy and my heart quiet," she said softly. Ethan looked at her for a long moment. "You're remarkable, you know that." She blushed. "You just met me." He leaned forward. "Then let's fix that. 2 weeks later, Clara received a message. Greater than Ethan. Same cafe. Saturday, 6 p.m. This time, I promise you won't be left alone. When she arrived, he was already there, 2 cups of coffee waiting, a small bouquet of daisies on the table, and Lily coloring beside him. "Sorry we're late," Ethan said with a grin. "She insisted on drawing something for you." Lily handed Clara a crayon sketch, a woman in a wheelchair holding hands with a man and a little girl under a big sun. Above it, she'd written in shaky letters, "Family." Tears filled Clara's eyes. "It's beautiful," she whispered. Ethan smiled. "So is the artist." Months passed, and the cafe became their place, where laughter replaced loneliness, where broken hearts began to heal. Ethan and Clara grew close, their connection effortless and real. But one evening, Ethan asked something that caught her off guard. "I've been offered a big project in New York," he said. "It's a lot of travel. I wanted to ask what you think." Clara hesitated. "That's your dream, isn't it?" He nodded. "It was. But lately, dreams look a little different." He reached across the table, taking her hand. They look a lot like you. She felt her heart skip. Ethan, he smiled softly. I'm not asking you to say anything. Just know, I'm not leaving you behind. Not now. Not ever. Lily ran up then, holding a cupcake with a candle. Make a wish, Miss Clara. Clara closed her eyes. For the first time in years, her wish wasn't to be healed. It was to belong. A year later, that same cafe buzzed with life. Fairy lights shimmered above, music played softly, and laughter echoed from every corner. At one table sat Clara, glowing in a white dress, holding a small bouquet of daisies. Ethan knelt before her, ring in hand, his voice trembling. You turned my ordinary life into something extraordinary. Will you say yes already? Lily shouted, bouncing beside them. Clara laughed through tears. Yes. 1,000 times, yes. The crowd cheered. Lily hugged them both. And as the rain began to fall again, it wasn't lonely anymore. Because sometimes, the people meant to stay don't show up. And sometimes, the ones meant to change everything, walk in with a little girl and a pink umbrella.